Okay, so are you part of any ethnic or race group? Like, is there any culture you identify really strongly with?
Not really.
No.
I'm
No.
with anything, really.
Yeah,
Really?
same.
Yeah.
Same
Okay,
with me.
that's very interesting. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, one more question. Do you think there's a difference between cultural identity and stereotypization?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
What do you think the differences might be?
I think stereotypes are more based on what people's opinions of certain race groups are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with
And
her.
cultural identity is more of like what your culture really is about. Like it's your identity of your actual culture. And it's not like from other people, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem. Have a nice day.
So are you two part of any, do you identify with any culture, really, or any ethnicity you strongly feel like you're attached to?
I'm attached to my culture,
And what would that culture be?
the Egyptian culture.
Oh, cool. So in your mind, is there anything that, any physical features or mental things that really strongly identify somebody as being part of Egyptian culture?
I don't get the question in the right way. Can you rephrase it, maybe?
What in your mind makes someone part of the Egyptian culture?
They live there, they learn the culture, so they behave as most of the Egyptian people.
Okay, cool. So in your mind, what is the difference between stereotyping and cultural identification?
I don't know.
So you don't think there's a difference between stereotypes and culture?
I think so. Yeah. But I'm not answering. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
You go.
Okay. Yes, I think there is a difference because culture identification, it comes with your roots. I mean, it has to deal with where you come from, what is your the way of living, the whatever. And stereotypes sometimes they don't represent the real culture of a country.
Okay.
You know, it's some sort of, how do you say, stereotype? Look, I come from Chile in South America, and from there we see that Americans have this Latino stereotype, which has nothing to do with what we are. So we have the Latin culture, but we don't belong to the stereotype Americans have about Latino people. You know,
Okay.
that's the difference.
Okay. That's very interesting. Actually, technically, I did grow up in America, but I grew up in Hawaii. So sometimes I feel very disconnected to ideals that America has. It can be very weird, especially since I just moved to the mainland.
Sometimes the media put a stereotype of some nations which is not right. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's what my friend told you, that you have a stereotype for Latin American, which is not right, as well as you have stereotype for Arab people, which is not right. You cannot generalize everything. Every nation has many differences. It differs according to the personality of the people, not according to the stereotype that you have drawn here in US.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Have a good time
Thank you.
and get a good.
So, is there any culture or ethnic background that you strongly identify with?
I'm struggling to identify.
That you strongly identify with?
Oh yeah, actually I'm from Africa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm from particularly a country called Sudan. I think I've heard about it. Yeah.
Is there anything in your mind that would qualify a person to be African or Sudarian?
Yeah, actually the Sudanese ethnicity is sort of unique.
Mm-hmm.
That is a mixture of the African race, and then also we have many families extended at the Arabic part of the world, you know. So it is an African, it's an Arab African ethnicity. This mixture is not available anywhere but in Sudan.
Okay. Last question. In your mind, is there a big difference between stereotypization and cultural identification? And if so, what do you think the differences are?
Well, I think for the cultural identification, it is more of what the people think you are from. Okay, it is not. I mean, yeah, maybe this stereotyping someone. It is according to what he is doing, or what is apparent to the people that what he is doing by his actions and all of that. But the cultural identification is something that is the person is born with. This is according to my understanding. But this is not necessarily to be the case.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Okay. No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, so is there any culture or ethnic background that you strongly identify with?
I guess, well, I'm Nigerian. Well, my parents are from Nigeria, so I guess I'm Nigerian American. I was born in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
It's Nigerian American.
In your opinion, is there anything that's, I guess you could say, qualifies a person to be that?
I don't know. Well, I take a pretty literal approach. Just, I guess that's where my parents are from. So.
Okay, so it's if you're from there, then you can be that.
Yeah. I mean, my parents are from Nigeria, but I'm from here, so I guess technically, I guess I just call myself Nigerian American, but it's still American. So it's a variety of American.
Okie dokie. So, in your opinion, there's stereotypization and culture identification. Do you think there's a difference between the two, or are they really just the same?
I don't know, that's tough. Like, in certain ways, they're both kind of the same thing, I guess, because, for example, there are certain things that people would say are, Nigerian people would say, oh, that's Nigerian, or something, which could be considered either a stereotype or just an aspect of culture. I don't know, it's tough. I mean, if you say things like food, type of food that people eat, type of clothing, stuff, I mean, types of clothing that originate from Nigeria, I guess you can call that Nigerian clothing. But there are also stereotypes about Nigeria, like all sorts of things. I mean, I guess one of the things people say Nigerians, one of the stereotypes I hear is that they're crooks and stuff like that. I don't know if you've heard of something called the 419. It's a term in Nigeria for like scams or something like that. And in media and stuff, sometimes I see jokes about Nigerians, crooks and scams and stuff like that. I guess that would be more of a stereotype. Whereas things I mentioned before, like food and culture and stuff like that, are more cultural things you're talking about, I guess. I don't know. It's tough to differentiate between a stereotype and a cultural thing, because not all Nigerians like Nigerian food or culture or clothing, stuff like that. So I guess, but they're still Nigerian because they're born there or something like that. So, I don't know. It's a rambling answer, but I don't know.